McDick coming to you here with a quick Dick toonie, where you get $2 worth of my opinions, because 2 cents don't buy very much anymore. Today, we're talking about Justin Trudeau and his federal carbon tax.
Our glorious federal government in all their majesty has convinced Canadians that the best way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions is to put a charge on carbon.
Our federal government's solution to pollution is taxation? Quick Dick has a fantastic idea. Let's look at our government's implementation of a carbon tax, but let's look at it with a little bit of a twist. Fun fact about greenhouse gas emissions. Canada is responsible for 1.6% of global greenhouse gas emissions. So if this pail of oats was global greenhouse gas, here's Canada's portion. Quick Dick and these oats would say we're doing pretty good.
Now here we have a lovely Saskatchewan meal of pierogies and sausage. We'll call the sausage Canadian oil and the pierogies Canadian gas. When Quick Dick eats the pierogies and sausage, he is going to fart, creating emissions.
The federal government's solution to you farting is for you to pay more tax on your pierogies and sausage than you already did when you bought them. And then the government's defense to this garbage is that they want it to cost people money to fart. Well, there's a problem with that. What if we have no other options available for us to eat other than pierogies and sausage? Not only is most of the globe set up to run off of pierogies and sausage, but Canada is one of the most responsible producers of pierogies and sausage. Our Canadian government has said, listen, Canada, we know that you're one of the most ethical producers of pierogies and sausage, but the world is farting too much, so we're gonna need to tax you when you eat them. Prime Minister, instead of importing $18 billion worth of sausage from overseas, can't we just refine some of our own sausage here in Western Canada and ship it to Eastern Canada instead of giving it to the States for free? No! Okay, well, what about pierogies? Can we get our pierogies into a pipeline, get them to the coast, liquefy them, and get them over to places like Asia, where people are farting off of cabbage rolls? Cabbage rolls is cool. Well, no, we can't do that because we're worried about whale strikes off the coast and Indigenous don't want us to bring a pipeline through. Isn't this a global problem? Aren't we gonna have to make a couple of sacrifices to get our pierogies to the world? Do you know how much mashed potatoes and pierogi dough Quick Dick would get thrown at him if he told the pierogi making ladies of the community hall that they could not market their pierogies globally but still had to pay tax on the farts? Okay, but seriously, let's stop referring to oil and gas as pierogies and sausage, because Quick Dick's getting hungry. What Quick Dick is saying is that our government has decided to tax us on something that we have to use. And they want to talk about some garbage rebate plan for small families. Pay now, we'll rebate it to you later. Am I buying a used car? What's the government doing for the operations that feed the globe? Sure, eating locally is great, but can anyone in Tokyo grow their own steak? Can anyone in Beijing grow enough oats to have oatmeal every second morning for 365 days? Of course not! Now we're trying to be as environmentally responsible as we can on agricultural operations, but let's have a look at a few things. Quick Dick would love to switch to an electric tractor, but he can't seem to find anywhere to plug it in Saskatchewan. Well, maybe I could plug my tractor into the wall, but then I have to pay carbon tax on electricity, and I'd need a charge to be able to last me for my 16-hour day. We would love to use something other than natural gas or propane to dry grain. Oh, I've got an idea. Wait a minute. This uses electricity. I gotta pay carbon tax on that too. So I have to pay a carbon tax to plug my tractor in. I have to pay a carbon tax to dry the grain. Do I pay carbon tax on my breath? Shouldn't a responsible government provide their population with an alternative and then tax them if they do not use said alternative? Because all that's happening right now is our government is saying, you figure it out, and here's a tax that you can pay while you do. But then if you'd blown your federal budget by $7 billion, wouldn't you try and tax everyone for any reason you can find too? Global warming sure is a bitch, hey girls? But then that's just how Quick Dick sees it. This Quick Dick with a Quick Dick toonie reminding you to keep your yard and your old lady plowed. We'll catch you next time.